Hi, my name is Lily and I'm the founder of Wair, and we're a textile upcycling company on a mission to make fashion waste free. And this is important because fashion is one of the most wasteful industries, with less than 1% of all textiles being recirculated back into the fashion system. The problem is that there is no scalable way to reuse the imperfect textiles. This means that jeans like this, with just a tiny hole or stain, ends up being either downcycled or simply thrown away. This is a massive waste of our limited resources, and we're changing this by making textile upcycling scalable. So simply put, we transform discarded and imperfect textiles into upcycled fashion. So our first product is these upcycled sneakers that we sell to conscious and fashion-minded consumers at an affordable price point of €100 per pair. Our beachhead market is the sustainable fashionistas, where we're actively working towards reaching the global sustainable fashion market through both our online sales and marketing campaigns and by expanding our product line. When it comes to sustainability, Wair has a very low environmental impact, both compared to the conventional but also the other sustainable sneaker brands. This is mainly because we're using fabric that is already there and we're using it as it is. Unfortunately, sustainability isn't everything, and price is a big barrier that prevents people from actually buying sustainable fashion. And we believe that in order to really make a big difference and be an actual alternative to the fast fashion brands, people shouldn't compromise on price in order to buy our products. This is why affordability is key for Wair and the reason for a relatively low price point, which we're working on getting even lower. So through mass manufacturing, we can unlock the scalability potential. So for us, it's really important to find textile waste streams that can be semi-standardized. So for example, in our upcycled sneakers, we're using discarded jeans and workwear. And for the rest of the shoe, we're using natural and recycled materials. Overall, we're using circular design principles so we can create products that are as sustainable as possible throughout the entire life cycle. So for our shoes, we're using waste to make the product, but at the same time, we're making it recyclable so it doesn't become waste when it reaches end of life. On the other hand of mass manufacturing, we have social manufacturing because we believe that upcycling represents a golden opportunity for co-creation and empowerment, which is why we're offering upcycling workshops where we teach people how to make their own upcycled products from textile waste. And at the same time, we're also going to offer job opportunities through social manufacturing for people who have a hard time entering the job. In our customer discovery phase, we came in with the assumption that people wanted unique designs, and this is true, but we found that retailers, they definitely don't, because it's difficult to sell, and they risk not being able to offer the customers what they want since there's only one of everything. And this is why, because retailers are a big part in actually reaching a larger audience and thereby making a big difference, that we change our focus towards more standardization and keeping the uniqueness in the details. Our financial shows that with a market share of 30% of our beachhead market, we can reach a profit of €8.5 million, with the key drivers being cost and market size. And cost is something we can already now bring down in our second production round, both of course because we're putting in a larger order, but also because we can standardize more based on the learnings that we had from production round number 1. So because we're using the fabric as it is, we're skipping resource-intensive steps such as dyeing and spinning and weaving. So overall, we're saving 8 kilos of CO2 equivalent per pair, which leads to around 4,100 tons for 30% of our beachhead market. And this number will only get even bigger as we expand our product lines, because the sneakers is only our first step in our journey towards creating a circular fashion revolution where we can give textiles new life and at the same time retaining the value within the fabrics. With me on this journey towards waste-free fashion, I have Felicia, our production guru, Martina, our marketing superstar, and Emma and Linda, our sustainable designers. And we know that we can't make the change necessary alone, which is why our dream is to create a model that can make textile upcycling scalable, so we can lead the way forward and make an upcycling and not downcycling the number one solution for the imperfect textiles. So we believe by doing this that we can become the catalyst for creating a waste-free fashion revolution. Thank you so much for listening.
Quite a goal indeed. Let's look at what kind of questions the jury has for Wair. Yeah, Shloka, you're the first one.
Thank you. Great idea. I just wanted to understand a little bit more about how you might be creating collaboration across the upcycling value chain. Who are the range of actors that you involve in your business model?
Yes, thank you. I think the main partners that we have is the textile waste suppliers, and they're normally quite difficult to get in touch with because it's not something you want to say, oh, we have all this textile waste and there's no really existing infrastructure. So it's been very much, like going out. So we're working with textile waste sorters who has this massive problem of they have the reusable textiles, but then they have the things with hole and stains that they can't reuse. So they're losing money on that. So that's what we're getting our textiles from. And then we also have workwear companies that we also get textiles from.
Okay, big thanks.
So that's the main partners.
Main partners. Michelle, I saw you raising your hand.
Sure, I love it. I really like the idea. I suppose my question is if you're to really challenge the fast clothes market, sorry, how can you really bring down those costs even further? There's an awful lot cheaper out there. So how do you continue to bring the costs down so that you can really compete in that market?
Yeah, I think the key there is to standardize or to fit it even more into the current production methods, because there's these pre-steps where you have to cut up the fabric, and that's very manually labor intensive. So that's something where I think we can really become even more standardized and even more effective, and thereby bring down the cost. Yeah.
Okay, one more minute. So I think we have another question. Time for another question. Yes, Andrea.
Yeah, thank you. Just about scaling up, how you're gonna scale up and still try to be a sustainable system in terms of jobs and production, because it's really easy to get into the fault of large scale manufacturing where jobs and people, social security actually go down while profits go up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really true. So that's also why, for our first production, we have partnered with a factory here in Europe where we know we've done all the research, and we have a CSR person, Huro, in our advisory board who will kind of help us ensure that the factories that we work with will ensure social sustainability. So mass manufacturing, which is the key to kind of becoming this scalable startup, doesn't come at a cost of low working standards and low working ethics.
Okay. Thanks so much, member of the jury, and thanks so much, Wair, for a great pitch.